going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a Money in the Bank Predictions podcast here for the Wrestling Madness channel and the SoundCloud as well. Hope you guys are well. I'm just going to review, or preview rather, Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. That's right. Money in the Bank is very soon, to be honest with you. I don't know about you guys, but these flaming pay-per-views, man, 2 pay-per-views a month, they come fast, man. I mean, I know they're trying to, it's a brand thing, and they want to give a pay-per-view to every brand, to all the brands to even them out a little bit, man, but they should just go back to doing once-a-month pay-per-views for each brand, and give, you know, the brand 2 months to do a storyline. Because that's what they used to do back in the day. In the first draft, you know, there would be Vengeance, one pay-per-view, then SummerSlam, then after that, Vengeance would be Raw, SummerSlam after that would be the both shows, and after that would be a SmackDown pay-per-view, and then it'll be a Raw pay-per-view, and then it'll be a SmackDown pay-per-view, and then it'll be both shows again, and all that. I wish they'd go back to doing that, to be honest with you, because it's hard to keep up with WWE at the moment, anyway. Right, at the moment, right now, as I'm recording this podcast, or as I'm recording this, this is, there is 1, 2, 3... 4, 5 matches on the card. 2 Money in the Banks and the rest are normal matches. If there's any more matches, I will go through them on the podcast, episode 168. So look out for that coming up as well on the Wrestling Madness channel, SoundCloud, and Radio Big World. So be sure to check all of that out as well. Now, let's start with Naomi versus Lana. A lot of people are giving, are throwing stick around saying that Lana does not deserve to be champion. You know, she basically comes on to the SmackDown show, she makes her debut, or re-debut, repackage it if you will, comes on the show, and the minute she gets a title shot. Good point. She doesn't deserve a title shot. But the way I see this is just basically Naomi being thrown something to do, quite frankly. You've got the 5 girls who are competing for the right to face Naomi down the road, or maybe cash it in on Naomi, I don't know, down the road in the Women's Money in the Bank match, which is Charlotte, Becky, Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina Snuka, and they will eventually cash it in on her down the road. Moving on from that, they just wanted basically, oh wait a minute, we've got all these 5 people here, we've got all the 5 women involved and everything, these are probably the top contenders of this division. You know, let's find something for Naomi to do. So what do they go and do? They get Lana. Is Lana going to win this match? Is she fucked? And if Lana wins this match, they've basically killed the SmackDown women's division. I'm sorry. It's just boom, straight there. Is Lana going to win this? Fuck that. If Lana wins this, they may as well take the SmackDown Women's Division off. No way is Lana winning this match. And if anybody who thinks that, you need to research and looking very quickly, man. I don't expect Lana to win this match at all. Naomi will win this match. As for who's going to cash it in, or who has the potential to cash it in on her, you've got Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Natalya, Tamina Snuka. I can tell you this right now, it's not going to be Carmella. At least not yet, anyway. I don't see that happening. And Tamina, I don't know, to be honest with you. If I had to pick out of who has the more likely to do so, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Natalya, for me. Those are the 3 you would pick out of this whole situation. My overall prediction is Becky Lynch. I'd like to see Becky Lynch win this, and I have a infatuation for Becky Lynch as well. I don't know why, I just like her. She's just awesome. She really is, and very gorgeous too. Maybe that's the Irish thing, I don't know. But she's hot, she's smoking hot, and she's very talented. But as soon as I say Becky Lynch wins this match, prediction-wise and everything, don't be surprised if Charlotte wins this match, because there's a lot of rumours flying around that Charlotte's going to be the leader, if you will, of this SmackDown Women's Division as the champion. So don't be surprised if she wins it. If she wins it, I won't be disappointed. But my overall prediction for this, Becky Lynch. Please let that happen. Right, let's go to the Tag Team Championship, SmackDown Tag Team titles. New Day and the Usos. You've heard all the rumours, you've read all the dirt sheets, you've read everything that's going to happen involving the direction of the SmackDown Tag Team division. I think they're going to pull the trigger, guys. SmackDown Tag Team Champions after Money in the Bank, the New Day. I don't have a problem with it. You know, they could probably establish the SmackDown Tag Team division in their own way, in their own right, if you will. How they would do that, I don't know. But we only find out when it eventually happens. I don't have a problem with it. I just hope they don't have a long title reign with it. You know, we've already seen that. We don't want to see it again, kind of thing. But WWE probably wants the SmackDown Tag Team titles to be credible, you know, and bring some credibility to them belts. So who better to do it? I mean, no offense to the Usos, but who better to do it? The longest reigning Tag Team Champions in WWE. The New Day. So I don't have a problem with that happening. You could see it a mile away. And if they don't do it at this pay-per-view, it's probably going to happen at SummerSlam. It's as simple as that. I don't think they'll do it on the SmackDown show, but it'll probably happen at SummerSlam. In my mind. But I predict it's going to happen at this pay-per-view. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The New Day. WWE Championship, Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. As much as I'm hoping that Randy Orton will beat him and kick him in the skull and do all that stuff, if I'm being honest with you, Jinder Mahal will retain. Because there's a lot of rumours. Well, for one reason I say Jinder Mahal retains, because there's a lot of rumours and all of stuff coming around, because July 4th, old Superman's back. That's right, John Cena's back July 4th. And he's been tipped to go after Jinder Mahal. Again, you know, the whole thing with Rusev and everything, but he's been tipped to go after Jinder Mahal as for the WWE Championship. I'm predicting that way. I'm praying to God that Randy Orton wins. I mean, I don't have a problem with Jinder being champion rather. I just don't get it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's all to do with India. The only way, if Jinder retains, the whole thing with India is doing well. If Jinder loses this match, the whole branching out to India thing is failing. That's the reason why. Because that's the only reason they've done this, to get over in India. That's the only reason Jinder Mahal's WWE champion. At the end of the day. So, whatever happens, to be honest. But my overall pick, realistically, is Jinder Mahal. As much as I hate to do it, that's my overall pick. My overall prediction, overall. Money in the Bank match in terms of the other side of it. In terms of the WWE Championship itself, the Money in the Bank. I'm probably predicting this will be main event, if I'm being honest with you. It should be main event. I would put this as main event, but we all know the WWE title is probably going to be main event. I would put this Money in the Bank match as main event. It's got all the potentials to be a classic. You've got the US Champion Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. My pick to win this match, there's going to be some amazing moments in this match, there's no question about it, some breathtaking stuff, but my overall pick to win this match, realistically, I'm only going realistically, guys, just because it's realistically doesn't mean to say I want it to happen, but it probably will happen. My overall pick, Baron Corbin. I think this is how they're going to pull the trigger with Baron Corbin, because Baron Corbin's been tipped to be WWE champion. He's been very tipped to be, or to have a run with the championship, if you believe the rumours and the dirt sheets and everything like that. He's been tipped to be the WWE champion, and I think this is the way they're going to do it. When he will cash it in, if he wins, fuck knows, to be honest. But I predict it's going to be a classic, there's no question about it. I predict Baron Corbin will win and be the Money in the Bank. And it's going to be him going after the WWE title. This is how they're going to make Baron Corbin WWE champion and the top heel on SmackDown through Money in the Bank. And it's a hell of a way to do it. It's a hell of a way to do it. You have to find, when you put the belt on somebody, you have to find different ways to make it credible and give him that worthy push and give that person the worthy push to the championship. And that's what they seem to be doing with Baron Corbin, and it's a great way to do it, in my opinion. Great way to do it. What will happen out of it, we can only find out, but I predict Baron Corbin to be the Money in the Bank winner. Right, guys, that about wraps this up for the podcast, this Money in the Bank preview podcast. I wanted to bring this to you on the YouTube channel. I will probably play the audio on the Wrestling Matters podcast as well. And then, if there's any more matches after that, as well, if there's any more matches after that come out on that day episode 168 comes out as well, I will hopefully have them on there for you. I will fill it in there and let you know what my predictions were or are for that particular thing as well, or what would have been the predictions as well, because as you know, it goes out on the Monday, so then the previous night is going to be Money in the Bank anyway, so be sure to check that out as well. Also, you can check everything out on the Wrestling Matters channel, Radio Big World and SoundCloud. Download them for free on SoundCloud, facebook.com/WM Podcast, at WM Podcast on Twitter. Thank you for listening. Shout out to everybody who's helped me out over the week. I've been through some, I haven't been through anything badly, to be honest with you. I've just been working hard and everything, and it's time to get back into shape. And I've thought about a lot of things, guys. I've thought about a lot of things. So be sure to check out the Wrestling Matters podcast on Radio Big World. Look them up on SoundCloud. Also, soundcloud.com/wrestling_matters_podcast, as well as the YouTube channel as well. And big shout out as well. I'll throw this in as well. Big shout out to Talk Brunch. They're coming back to YouTube as well. I've been talking to Rick, and they're coming back to YouTube. So if you haven't heard anything, look them up at Talk Brunch on Twitter or facebook.com/Talk Brunch, if that is the right thing to say. I'm pretty sure it is though, but thanks for listening to this Money in the Bank preview predictions podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys agree. If you can, let me know what you think. What are your predictions as well? DM me if you want on Twitter at the following. Even DM me at Tony_Walker as well. DM me there as well. Also, drop him in the comments if you can on the YouTube channel as well. And until next time, guys, I'll be back for 168 of the Wrestling Matters podcast. Until then, peace out.